In this video, I will cover 5 exercises that you need to do to stay strong, improve muscle quality, and be able to move freely for a lifetime. They help aesthetically and practically in daily movements. I will show you how to do them efficiently to make them as effective as possible for you to see and maintain a lean muscular physique. These help with functionality, flexibility, and overall ability to move athletically. The bonus is they might even have impact on your overall libido and mood. Also, towards the end of the video, I will give you some bonus exercises that I use in my personal routine to mix things up to keep workouts fun. Let's get started. From the average Joe lifter to experienced athlete, the squat belongs in your routine. Everyone can benefit from regularly doing squats. As babies, we all squat naturally, as it's a normal position that we unfortunately grow out of as we age. Squats are part of many daily movements. They offer benefits such as stronger lower body, muscular looking legs and butt, engaged and powerful core, improved metabolism, and improved posture. When weight is added for strength training on top of body weight, you can become more explosive and athletic. Bodyweight squats are great to get started or when recovering from an injury. More weight just adds more to an already good thing. When it becomes too easy, that's when weighted squats should be added in. For a proper squat, stand with your feet shoulder width apart with toes pointed slightly out. Keep your core tight and start shifting your weight back into your heels while pushing your hips behind you as you squat. Then lower comfortably and slowly until your thighs are almost parallel to the ground. Keep your feet flat while your knees remain over the toes. Keep your chest out and spine neutral. Return up to the starting position with core still tight and stable. For most without injuries, deeper is better. Maintain form the best you can and get those glute gains. Let us know if this content is applicable to you and what other topics you would like to hear more about. Please subscribe and turn on notifications. It helps us so much. For all these exercises in this video, I would recommend doing about 2 times a week. If you push really hard, once might be sufficient, and if you recover quickly, 3 times could also work. However, in my experience, 2 times is generally best in the 6 to 12 repetition range. You can see benefits with anywhere from 5 to 30 for hypertrophy, as long as you have some form of progressive overload, you're adding weight, reps, or overall volume to keep it fun. Now, adding to the squat, for barbell squat, stand with your feet still shoulder width apart and grip the barbell firmly. Make sure the bar is resting on your upper back below your neck. Be careful here to not get injured with the initial placement or any kind of impingement. Next, keep your chest out in front with good posture, feet turned out roughly 45 degrees. Retract the shoulder blades and brace your core. Finally, lower until your hips are just below your knees while keeping your feet firmly grounded. Pro tip, bring power from your midfoot as you come up to power your quads and get them firing, as well as keeping your spine neutral to avoid any bend or curve. Someone who can squat with good form will improve athletic ability as well as see improvement in functionality in daily life, translating all the way from explosive moves playing pickup ball, putting a box on a shelf, or racing up the stairs. However, deadlift might give squats a run for their money for being the king of exercises. Introducing our second move, the deadlift. Deadlifts have so many benefits and recruit so many muscles that they most definitely should belong in your strength training routine, even if you're not a power lifter. The move on its own creates a unique strength from the ground up. More muscle mass, improved resting metabolic rate, improved lower back strength can all be achieved when done with correct form. There are promising signs with research that regular deadlifts and squats can help with bone density. Your core, trapezius, glutes, and back, to name just a few muscles, are all targeted with this lift, as many secondary movers are as well. It's a simple enough move when done correctly and helps with grip strength and overall fitness. So, how do you do a deadlift? Start by simply gripping the bar just outside your knee line. Feet should be shoulder width apart with toes under the bar, with feet pointing straight or slightly out. As you lift and lower the bar, it will be close to and maybe even graze or touch your shins. Keep your spine neutral and picture yourself balancing a jug of water on your back, keeping it straight. Engage your abdominals and slowly bring the bar down while keeping form. Back flat. Lift upwards, pushing your legs as the base. Don't raise your hips first, as this will lead to the trunk moving forward with the back rounding. As you come up fully, the bar is almost touching your thighs and should rest near your thighs. Pull your shoulders back far without moving or jerking you backwards. You then lower the weight to the ground, reversing the motion done previously. You will know you're doing it correctly as you feel a stretch in the thighs as you lower your back. You should feel tension in your glutes and thighs as you rise. Deadlifts are a beast of a movement and target so many muscles, yet does miss a couple areas. The overhead shoulder press is our third exercise and makes up for this, engaging muscles not used as directly in the deadlift. This movement targets more upper body muscles. We will get into this one later on. First, let's look into chest press exercises and specifics of a flat press, how to do one. This exercise is often looked at as the benchmark of strength. Whether you're an average guy looking to get stronger or a bodybuilder, most people include this in their routine. Who hasn't heard of National Chest Monday? It builds strength in your chest, primarily with shoulder and triceps also included and worked. Whether you do a flat barbell press, incline press, or use dumbbells, it's an effective exercise to stimulate hypertrophy, and different variations feel better for everyone. For an example of how to do a flat press, lie on your back, keep your spine neutral, keep your feet flat and grounded. Your shoulder blades should be behind you to avoid rounding your shoulders. Grab the barbell or dumbbell using an overhand grip that's comfortable for you. Some people like a wider grip and some a more narrow one. The narrower you go, the more triceps are recruited. The wider is going to be more chest. Remove the barbell from the rack at top position. Make sure to breathe so you have the energy to bring the bar down to your middle chest. Pause and then exhale your breath as you push the bar back up off your chest. Repeat as you raise and lower the bar from elbows almost locked to chest position. And make sure to breathe, as this is what gives you the energy. If at this point in the video you're worried that your biceps and your lats are forgotten, do not fear. The fourth exercise I would recommend is including pull-ups in your normal routine. The pull-up is a fairly difficult upper body movement, but is super effective in sculpting your physique when done correctly. To be honest, pull-ups can be hard to master, especially for those who are new to strength training, as you have to lift your entire body weight. Don't worry, you can do it with practice and assistance as needed. Start by standing under a straight bar that can support your weight. A sturdy tree branch can be fun as well. Reach up for an overhand grip with arms slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Once you've grabbed onto the bar, this is the starting position. Lift your feet from the ground, pulling your belly button towards your back with core engaged. Make sure to keep your shoulders down and back. Use your arm and back muscles and bend your elbows, lifting your body until your chin is just over the bar. Your elbows will go down as your body lifts up. Try to avoid swinging your legs for a cheat press or moving your shoulders around, as this will lead to injury. Lower your body back down to the starting position and repeat without touching the ground. Also, other than adding these moves to your workout routine, there are critical mistakes to avoid. A little bit more on this later. Now, the fifth and final movement is the overhead shoulder press and its varieties, such as behind the neck press and/or Arnold press. This exercise boosts your upper body, specifically your deltoids, and more specifically, your anterior deltoids. You're essentially pushing the weight overhead, activating the deltoids and triceps to move this resistance. This requires a good amount of shoulder mobility and range of motion to be able to complete. Try lifting your arms straight overhead. If you can keep your arms in line with your ears, you should be able to perform this movement. Grasp the bar slightly wider than shoulder width apart, with palms facing away from the body. Remove the bar from the rack and step back or start to lift dumbbells parallel to your shoulders. Now brace your core and squeeze as you bring the weight straight up and overhead toward the ceiling. Bring your arms up and straighten them at the top of the movement. Keep your abs, glutes, and overall core strengthened and make sure your back is not bent. Slowly lower the bar back down to your shoulders. You can always choose a seated variation. I like the standing variation as it engages more core and keeps the stabilizer muscles working. Now, since we made it to this point, I have bonus content exercises starting with the hip thrust. While squats and deadlifts are crucial to a strong lower body, the hip thrusts specifically target the glute muscles. For a fuller looking butt to help with hip mobility, this needs to be part of your routine as well. This can help with lower back pain. You can use dumbbells, barbells, or resistance bands, and the hip thrust will still be effective. For good form, sit on the ground with a bench directly behind. Have a loaded barbell or dumbbell and use a pad to ensure comfort with the lift. Roll the bar so it is directly above your hips and lean back against the bench. Shoulder blades should be near the top. Use your feet to push the weight and move it vertically. Your shoulder blades and feet should remain in position to support your weight. Extend the weight up as far as possible and reverse the movement. It's good to start with 50 pounds or less, as heavy weight is not needed to start reaping benefits. What matters most is good form. If you still have time in a busy schedule, add in a back rowing movement. This could be with a dumbbell or a barbell. Grab the bar about shoulder width apart, facing towards it. Grab the bar and slowly lift it up to your chest, feeling a squeeze in your mid-back. Make sure to engage these muscles, squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other. Lower down and repeat. If you still have more time, I would always recommend chin-ups and dips to engage your full upper body. If you're needing good leg exercises, you can throw in some Bulgarian split squats and calves for a full lower body development. But wait, there's one more or a couple more things you should keep in mind if you want to get the most from these exercises. Make time to rest and recover. To do so, you need to sleep and get plenty of protein. Make sure to watch our other videos on how much protein you need, sleep, and how to avoid overtraining. Please consider subscribing with a resistance-loving thumbs up to keep getting new fitness content weekly. Our goal is to help you with fitness advice that you can use right away to make your life better.